Java Chatbot Tutorial 3. Hey guys, in this video I'm gonna be showing you how you can actually open an application using the chatbot which we've been creating in the last two videos, which are currently not in order, but I will be linking them down in the description, and also there should be an I on the top right corner right there, so you can go ahead and check them out. Now if you're actually watching this video first and you haven't watched the last two videos, it can be a little bit confusing for you because I've started the whole thing from the first video. So also make sure you pause this video right here and go check it back there, and then just continue it in the order so it's easier for you to understand. Anyways, moving on. Over here you notice I have the code and we have a little few extra lines, so like .awt and java.io.file. So let me actually first tell you what all of this is. So a quick explanation. So upon selecting java.io.file, I'm actually importing the file part from the IO package, which is present right over here, the file and the file. So what this does is this actually it's a command, or it's kind of a code which creates a new object. You can notice that by the line of the code. And this is like how you create an object. You're not actually creating an object, but you're at the same time creating an object with a path at it, or something like an entity value at it, which reaches directly to the app you need to open. All right. So I hope that is a bit clear, but if it isn't, we will get to that in just a minute. So over here, okay, so that is for the IO exception. So now what is java.import java.io.accept.io exception? So .io exception is basically for the try and hit method. So there are certain times when this line of code may not work. All right, I repeat, certain times. Now, if you're actually copying or just following the steps exactly like how I am doing it, or something really similar to that, this is going to work for you. But if you're actually trying it in a different method, which is absolutely good, it's fine, it's going to be better for you to understand, the java.io.io exception comes in really handy because it actually tries the method. So it tries to open your app, so it's going to try. So there's the code which says try else. So when you're trying it, it's going to try to open the app, and if it cannot, it's going to report an error, but not a code error. It's going to report an error to the user saying that this app is not available. So that is even more better when you're actually trying to open an app in someone else's computer or someone else's machine or device, where the locations might differ. So it's going to try an exceptions, and then it's going to give out errors saying that this app is not located over here, and you can go ahead and change its location through the code and it's going to work just fine. So that is one advantage of the IO exception. All right, now what is .awt? All right, so awt is used for desktop. All right here, the desktop.get desktop, and now this is used for actually getting a desktop app. All right, so that is extremely clear. So you need a desktop app, which over here is, you notice I've put a BlueJ. So I'm going to be opening the app BlueJ, which is another Java IDE. So the desktop is used to get the app, or the desktop app. So it's going to say desktop.getDesktop.open. So it's going to actually go ahead and get the value. Just a second. So it's going to get this value right over here, and it's going to get put it up on desktop. So now the value is stored on desktop, and it says dot open. That means once it's stored on get desktop, that means it's now stored over here, and right after that we're applying the command dot open file. Right, so now what is file over here? File is this little location, so it's now opening our file. All right, so now as we know, so quick recap of the thing. So desktop is getting the desktop of a system, file is this location right over here including the C, and dot desktop is to get the desktop. That is it, and we're opening the file. All right, that's simple and clear. In the last video, till where we had done was we put the time and we set our chatbot to an extent where when we ask the time, it gives us the time in this format right over here. So this is not a necessary code. I repeated it in the last video as well. This is not a necessary code. This is just for showing the format. And then you're putting up the timestamp which you're printing, and my timestamp is right over here. It's a string value which has the new simple date format, so we're just getting the date and calendar. It's just importing the calendar right there. All right, so now we know what the basic whole thing runs on. It's on a while loop, whether it's running or not. So of course these are all basic stuff which we have covered in the first and the second tutorials, and this is the third tutorial where we're going to be opening an app. So now for most of the people out there, opening an app is not going to be that easy. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is actually import these two lines of code if you're doing exactly what I am doing. And if you want to use the try exception method, which is it's going to give you an error if the file isn't located to the user who's using it and not an error on the code, then you have to import the IO exception and then you have to throw it out. So throw try an exception. Alright. And if you think I should cover that, then I will be covering it in the next video, which is Java chatbot tutorial number 4. So make sure you comment down that below so we can actually get that in the whole code. Alright, so what we have done is we have gotten an input which says open app. Now we're assigning a file object to this path name. Now this path name, you don't really have to put a path name written over here, that comes by default. It's not removable, so you don't really have to put the path name over here. All right, so you notice I'm hitting backspace, it doesn't really work, it just shifts on this side. And then desktop.get desktop to get the desktop, and then open, it's going to open this file. So once it goes to get desktop, it is now in your desktop, like the whole system. All right, so when it says .open file, it actually goes to your C drive and then through all of these files one by one, and then this is the last file, alright, which you're noticing the last one is what it's actually going to open. So let's go ahead and test it out. So I'm going to give a little brief introduction because I didn't really test it out in the third tutorial, so it's going to take a little bit of time to pass the whole thing. Alright, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and say hello. It says hello there. Alright, let's say bye. It says bye and it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and run it up again, and it says, so what do you want to say now? Hello, what is your name? I'm chatbot. Now let's actually say open up, and it's gonna open BlueJ, and BlueJ takes a little bit of time, so I've minimized a little. There we go. Right, you saw I didn't really open anything. I absolutely did not open anything, and it has opened BlueJ successfully. You can see that. So that is how it's working, and it actually is absolutely really clear. So I actually hope you guys actually understood the whole thing, and if you still have any errors, any issues, any problems, feel free to put it down in the description below. Alright, and for another thing, for those of you who still want to try out the IO exception, this is a little line of code that you're supposed to put next to your main method. It says throw IO exception and another bracket right there, and that's gonna be it. You now have a successful chatbot which can open apps. Now you can give a command for naming an app, so open BlueJ or open a different app, and it's going to open the app. All you have to do is specify the path name. That means you now have a working chatbot which can actually do a whole bunch of stuff. Isn't that cool? I know that is. And anyways, that was it for this tutorial, and I'll meet you in the next tutorial. Also make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment on the video if you had any issues or what can I do to improvise. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.